If you have ever watched a science fiction movie, you might have seen a hero standing on a desert planet, looking up at two beautiful suns setting in the sky. It looks magical, right? But in the real universe, having two suns isn't just a movie trick. In fact, most stars in our galaxy actually come in pairs. Our own sun is actually a bit of a loner, because it lives all by itself. But what if that changed? What if Earth had a second sun? Today on Futurixia, we are double-checking our solar system to see what life would be like in a binary star system. First, we have to talk about how this would even work. To have two suns, our solar system would need to be balanced like a giant cosmic scale. There are two ways this could happen. In the first way, the two suns would be very close together in the center, and Earth would orbit far around both of them. In the second way, the suns would be very far apart, and Earth would circle just one of them, while the other sun stayed far away, looking like a very bright, tiny light in the sky. If the suns were in the wrong spot, their gravity would act like a giant game of tug-of-war with our planet. Instead of a nice round circle, Earth might get pulled into a wild, wobbly path. This would be bad news, because we would either get way too close to the fire or drift too far into the freezing dark. But let's imagine we found the perfect spot where the gravity is just right. The first thing you would notice is that your shadow would have a twin. Everywhere you walked, you would see two shadows following you. Sometimes they would overlap, and sometimes they would point in completely different directions, depending on where the suns were in the sky. And speaking of the sky, sunsets would be twice as beautiful. You might see a giant yellow sun setting on one side of the horizon, while a smaller red sun is just starting to go down on the other. However, having two suns would make bedtime very confusing. Depending on how the stars move, there might be times during the year where one sun is rising, just as the other one is setting. This means nighttime would completely disappear for weeks at a time. Imagine trying to go to sleep when it is bright and sunny outside at midnight. We would have to build houses with super thick, heavy curtains just to get some rest. Animals that love the dark, like owls and bats, would be very grumpy. They might have to change how they live entirely just to survive in a world that never sleeps. The weather would also be much more extreme. With two sources of heat, the Earth would likely be a lot hotter. Our oceans might evaporate faster, leading to massive clouds and giant non-stop storms. Or if our orbit was wobbly, we might have flash seasons. You could have a summer that is twice as hot as the Sahara Desert, followed by a winter so cold that the entire ocean freezes over. Farming would be a nightmare. Farmers would have to find plants that are super plants, crops that can grow in 24-hour sunlight and survive crazy temperature changes. But there is a bright side. Literally, with twice the sunlight, we could create massive amounts of solar energy. We would have so much power that we could run our entire world without ever needing coal or gas. Our technology would probably grow much faster because we would have a nearly infinite battery in the sky. And what about the plants? Plants use sunlight to make food through photosynthesis. On a two-sun Earth, plants might not be green anymore. If the second sun was a different color, like a red dwarf star, the plants might turn black or gray to absorb as much energy as possible. Imagine hiking through a forest with black leaves and two shadows. It would feel like walking through an alien world, even though you are still on Earth. If humans grew up on a world with two suns, our eyes might even change. We would need to be much better at protecting ourselves from bright light. Maybe we would have evolved with built-in sunglasses, like a second eyelid, to keep our vision safe. Our skin would also need to be much tougher to handle the extra radiation coming from two different stars. Living with two suns would be a massive challenge, but it would also be a beautiful adventure. It would remind us just how lucky we are to live in a world that is just right for us. But it also makes us wonder what kind of creatures might be out there right now, standing on a real planet somewhere in space, watching their two suns set. and wondering if they are alone in the universe. So would you trade our single sun for a double sunset? Would you mind living in a world where it's always daytime? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us for this what-if journey at Futurixia. If you enjoyed thinking about the stars today, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. We have plenty more big questions to explore together. We will see you in the next future.